For most companies, this is still the office of today. An army of clerks.
I want you to immerse yourself in this world. You don't have GitHub. We don't have VS Code. This is straight raw dog typing that we're seeing here. We're looking at Y Combinator before Y Combinator. This is the X Combinator. Let's see if we can learn anything. So right off the bat, I have to whip out my Gary Tan rulebook. We don't look at the keyboard, Nancy. We look at the output. This is inefficient. You have your phone over here to the right. Is that Nancy A or Nancy B? To me, if that's Nancy A, it's kind of unfair, right? When Nancy A reaches over for the phone, she might vibrate Nancy B's desk. Now the WPM is impacted, right? We can't sacrifice WPM in this economy. Nancy needs to put on her co-founder helmet and be nice to Nancy.
Of postmen who carry those messages across the country.
So here we're getting a look at the X Combinator layout. We have Nancy overlooking Nancy, right? They're perpendicular to each other. Maybe they've studied the system for years and this is the most efficient way to do it. At least to me, it seems like it'd be kind of pressuring. Sweating bullets, right? What if she messes up and you know, she can't just slack off. She's got Nancy looking at her. I also see we got Bill in the back. He's chilling, right? He's looking at his phone. Not efficient. So now that we have more context, what I'm thinking is this room in the front with Nancy overlooking Nancy. This is the slacker's dome. This is the pip. Nancy's on pip. She doesn't perform in this moment. She's gone. And if somebody's got to be on pip, right? We got to keep the layoff numbers pumping. So Bill might be next on that pip list. I'm just saying.
How very different it'll be in the office of tomorrow. Command, letter, to all branch managers. Message.
So right now we're looking at the voice dictation of the past, right? This is your whisper flow. And I hate to be picky. I gotta be honest here, Casey. I feel like this is a little bit harsh to read. If I'm reading this, I'm wondering, am I getting laid off? I think we could soften the blow a little bit with this message, Casey. Maybe throw in an emoji.
Now, I can read that message here on my screen, and you can also read it on your screens at home. And so too would all my branch managers if I were simply to give the command, send. The message would be transmitted down telephone lines to all their offices, where it would appear simultaneously on all their screens.
So what Casey has just done is he just submitted a post request. Now imagine a post request back then, man. You're basically sending that shit on horse, right? We complain right now about how long it takes to load a web page. They weren't expecting that probably for 2 weeks out. Imagine a world where your manager was pissed off and he was trying to hit you up on the Teams back in the day. But it's like, dude, by the time you get it, he's cooled off and he's like completely in a whole different project.
No army of clerks and secretaries, no postmen, no paper. Science fiction? Not a bit of it. Systems like this are in operation in offices all around the country at the moment.
Now again, immerse yourself in this world. Imagine how crazy this was to send things over the freaking telephone wire, whatever the hell. This must have felt like straight alien technology. Right, this was like AI, but on a higher level. Here we have a 10x Nancy. She's not even looking at the keys. This is what I'm talking about. So this is the tech lead area. This is where the creme de la creme, right? She's done 100,000 leak code problems. When Bill asks her what's for dinner, she's saying whip out the freaking meat because you're cooking, buddy.
A word processor is just a computer dedicated to handling text, words. It can be a full-blown mainframe computer costing many thousands of pounds, or it can be a microcomputer like this one.
2,000 pounds in 1979 was equivalent to about 4,000 USD today. Basically, a GTX 5090 just to type some damn text in a computer. These OSs, they weren't pumping out freaking web pages. It was straight up words. That was it. That was all you could do.
One program that runs in the computer is called a text editor, and this helps you manipulate what you've already written in very powerful ways. For instance, I've just typed this nursery rhyme into the machine, and as you can see, there are one or two deliberate mistakes.
Maybe I'm an idiot. I am. I've looked at this for like a solid 40 seconds. I don't see any mistakes here. Maybe it's the, what is that? Single parenthesis apostrophe. Maybe it's a single apostrophe between the T and the S of it's. Or no, that would be it. It is, right? I don't know what the mistake is. I'm sure we're going to find out. But let's just look at the syntax, right? We got the caret P exclamation. Imagine that's like start of a paragraph or something. In a way, though, this is not that different from today, right? You got your P tag, you got your closing statement, which I guess is the pound. Ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
Simply ask the machine to make the alteration for me. So here we go. Change Fred to Mary everywhere it occurs. And there, it actually occurred on 2 lines, and we've got Fred back to Mary. Let us now ask the machine to print for us the entire revised nursery.
Maybe I'm the only one that feels this way, but I feel so satisfied when I do a Control F, replace all. It's such a simple operation. You know, I never learned the techniques, right? I remember I would just manually do it because it was easier than figuring out the tools, right? I just wanted to get it done. And so I still feel like a dopamine hit whenever I do a Control F, replace. And when I see it here back in 1979, I still feel that. Like, how cool is that? Simple, replace all. That's the essence of what a computer needs to do. Here we're getting a look at the floppy. Man, I'm old, but I'm not that old. I didn't get to grow up in the age of the floppy disks. It doesn't feel like you're inserting into the machine, pause. It just feels so cooler. The idea of slotting something in, pause. And dude, if you think about that floppy he's holding right there is probably more than what your profile image on freaking website is. It's just insane how far we've come. But we've never captured the feeling of insertion, pause.
Hold the equivalent of many, many shelves full of cumbersome paper files. Bradford Metropolitan Council lead the field.
Now let's just take a second to appreciate that view. Dude, I'd be typing till the cows come home with a view like that. Then again, as we're seeing, I don't think I've seen a single smile on the faces of these workers. It seems pretty much like a job here. I'm also seeing a pretty big skew towards female. So maybe this was a very female-dominant job back in the day.
The central memory can store 37,000 pages of A4 text. The council's halved the number of staff needed to do the work, and the directorate's output has gone up by 40%.
37,000. If you think about it, it's really not that much. I mean, even today, technical documents, you're looking at, 80 to 400, maybe even 1,000 pages. And dude, I imagine a 250 megabyte hard drive back then must have felt like freaking God. We gotten so used to having massive terabyte hard drives. But back then, man, dude, you were struggling. And I'm wondering too, right? Like, if Nancy is pushing her document, is that blocking everybody else? Like, certainly there's some egress limitations.
Standard letters.
Whoa, roll that back. Looks like here we got the AirPods 0.005. I'm just wondering what she was listening to, right? She must have been bumping some banger freaking trumpet back then.
Pretty occupied.
Yes.
Do you know the occupant's name?
Yes.
Could you give me it, please?
This young couple are going to be married. They've chosen their first house and have come to the council for a mortgage. This one transaction needs 25 different letters to be sent out. In the bad old days, it's a job that would have kept a typist busy for 2.5 hours. Now,
this guy does not want to be here right now. Putting it off. He was like, maybe next month. Let's wait till next month. She's like, hell no. You do it now or I'm leaving.
Needs 25 different letters to be sent out. In the bad old days, it's a job that would have kept a typist busy for 2.5 hours. Now, one girl with a word processor can send out all those letters in 2 minutes.
Whoa. My marketing radar just went off. 2 minutes to send out that many letters back then? I don't know if I subscribed to that. Something seems off there. I mean, you have to transcribe the document, and he just got done telling us it was 30 pages. And then you got to actually send them. I don't know about the 2-minute claim. I might need to double click on that. I might need to hit up his inbox. So here we're seeing the early onset of voice dictation, right? This is the phone to the typer. Not that different from what we do today, but, in a more rudimentary form. Now, I can't imagine. I feel like even today I'd be reluctant to use a voice dictation for like a hard document that I'm sending out. Guessing maybe they were just showing it off, right? They were showing off the tech, right? This is Anthropic and the Mythos.
Could put office typing very firmly into the home. F International is a multi-million-pound computer systems house with more than 600 freelance operators. You won't find many of them here at the Chesham head office, though, because most of the people at the sharp end of the job work from home.
Sign me up. What? So they were WFH back in 1979. Honestly, this is a bad gig. I ain't gonna lie. You sign up to be a stay-at-home mom, you still gotta work. You gotta take care of the shit kids, and you still gotta type. I just imagine going to bed with the typer. I'm working from my bed. I'd be typing that shit up at fucking 1 a.m. You just be hearing Now I gotta stop this video because I don't know how copyright works. I'm pretty sure this video is gonna get taken down, but it was fun to watch this video, man. It's crazy how little has changed. Different lay of the land, but still the same land.